Alright, hey everybody, welcome to Clark's Place. Today, Pops and I drove down to Gainesville and went to see the Automotive Paint and Supply in Gainesville, if you can see that. And they hooked us up and have a ton of knowledge. That's who we always shop at. So we got a bunch of goodies. I'll just go through. Some fine line tape. I'm not sure how far the gap is on an RT stripe on a 69 Charger. How far, like you've got the main big white path that has the RT in it, but then there's a space, then it gets another white line, and then another, whatever that line is in between. I was thinking it probably is 3/16 or 1/4 inch. We'll see what that ends up. So if you do know the measurements or know of a site or know somebody that has that information, put it in the comments below and I'll go and look at it so I get my stripe looking the way I want it. And speaking of stripe, we have other stripe info. Here's the Select Clear. We got some paint sticks. Alright. We're about out of paint sticks. So here's the Select Prime and Seal. Select Prime and Seal. He got some Quick Spot primer, and then I got a little measuring cup for ounces, and this is the Basecoat Fix, or Basecoat. She was calling it a binder there. I believe her name is Rachel. What the binder is for this. Let's see if we can get this to show on camera. Yeah, there we go. So, I don't know if that will show up, but it is a blue pearl. And I was concerned, that's all the questions that I had that I wanted to get answered down there, is I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos and a lot of people talk about too much clear. Well, this Nason brand clear, which that's what those are for. What else we got? Oh, we got some more Prepol. And then we got, I think we got another thing, a sealer. Get out of there. So Select Seal. 4-to-1. So this is 4-to-1, and I think I made the same mistake again. Is I think I was mixing it 2-to-1 because I have a ½ gallon of my white sealer, and I went through 2 of these, so I always mix this wrong. So 4-to-1. So this for this, and then I'll have a little bit left of that when I get through with it. But what I wanted to at least mention while it's fresh in my mind, oh, we got some other mixing things. We got the small little PPS system for the little cups for the guns. A bunch of those. Some more 3000 foam pad back sanding discs. And then I ordered these for the bigger PPS system. So we're getting like all the supplies here for everything. This is how much we spent. $1,037 on this stuff today. But for the Nason Clear, it says 2 coats of clear. And if you've just watched the Select Clear, not Select Clear, the clearing the 69 Dodge Charger video, how I got that super deep shine on like the bottom of the hood and inside the engine compartment is I laid it on really thick. I had medium temp with just a little bit of high temp reducer in it, or I had medium temp. That's Select Clear. What was it? Yeah, there's the. Oh, I had mid temp activator, so I used this, but then I used the, not the medium, but I used the 22. So 44121 is the medium. The 441 to 2 says slow. This is the high temp stuff. So I splashed some of that in, and it really, really flowed out and looked great. You could see by the pictures. And if you saw the clear video, everything still looks wet right now. But I have ready to spray white base, and then how I wanted to do my stripe on the back and the stripe on the hood scoops is I wanted to have some sort of shimmer. I was looking at what I thought, somebody told me mirror flake was something that exists, like it makes it reflect differently at night, and somebody told me that and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know if it exists. If it does, cool. The next time I repaint this car, which will probably be never, I'll do it in mirror flake. But I couldn't find anybody that sold it. Just god-awful big flakes that I didn't want to use, and just some metal flake in it probably would have looked nice. But I was thinking pearl, and they turned me onto this blue Galaxy Blue Effects. It looks like it's 1024S is the code for it. And I think she sold me like 10 grams, which is like just over an ounce or so. So, has a really, I can still see a purple reflection on my finger as I move it around. And I think if that's in the white, it's going to be great. But everybody told me, don't put the pearl in the white, which I've just got regular pearl here. And that's what we used in Doug's to make the ghost effect, and we put it in his clear. His clear did not state that you could only put 2 coats in, which is what this says. So to avoid building up and putting this powder pearl in the clear and then building up and maybe having solvent pop in the future, or while it's curing, you use this binder. And I guess this is like a 3-stage paint. As you have your base, you can come back in with this, with tints, with color, with pearls, candies, and that puts it on top of the base in an intermediate without adding that extra layer of clear. So I'm no chemist, but what she was kind of explaining is it's different mediums. You can have it in any different stage, but this is the right place to put this, is in that, what you call it, binder. So in the ready to spray white, I do that. I add an ounce of hardener per ready to spray quart. So I've got a quart of the white here. I will add an ounce of this hardener, and that will allow me to wait 1 hour, and then I can tape the stripes off on the actual. I spray the white, in an hour it's ready to tape, and that scares the heck out of me. So but she's like, that's what the hardener is for, is it makes it hard. So it sounds a little redundant. The hardener, it makes it hard, yeah. But to go through my list of kind of a little bit of a change to my 440 Charger paint schedule is do the ready to spray white, add an ounce to this whole quart, mix it up, spray however many coats of that white that I want. I'll probably do like 2 or 3 coats, and then 1 ounce of hardener per the binder as well. So in one pint, add pearl and reducer and binder. Let's see, for 1 total quart. Add 1 ounce of binder per quart. So I think that was not supposed to say one ounce of binder per quart. I think it was 1 ounce of the hardener per quart of the binder. That's how that was. And then it said wait 1 hour and tape your stripes with the 3M fine line tape. So I got to figure out what the size stripe is there, and I'll do that. But then go back in after you've taped, throw the red in it, and she said to add the hardener to the red as well, which there's a whole base coat and the whole process for how much you should put. 10 ounce per ready to spray quart. To put the hardener in the red as well, because I want to come back after I've sprayed the red all over the whole body, I want to come back and just tape off that stripe area, and maybe I won't do it this way. Maybe I will spray the white, it's still all taped off, then mix up the hardener, mix up the binder, put the pearl over it, and then I guess I just pull all the tape, and then come back. No, I still need it taped. That way I can spray the red all over the car. But I guess putting the binder in, putting this binder and pearl over that, I'm still gonna have to tape, like reverse tape it to spray the red. That's what I'll have to do. Yeah. And she said if I'm gonna tape on the red at all, it needs the hardener as well. So, I think I'm kind of confusing myself here a little bit, because I thought I would just clear all of that stripe area, pull the tape, and then spray all red, but that's not going to work, because then I'll just spray over all that white. Yeah, that's what it is. I spray it all, then I back mask everything, and then I spray all the red. That's how it works. I'm spraying. Okay, so after thinking about it, I spray all of the white. It's just going to be a big section of white in that whole area. Big section of white on the hood. It will be pearlized. Then I'm going to come back and mask that off after it's got the binder with the pearl and it's got the white base coat with the hardener. That's where I come back and I tape my lines and I tape it off to spray all the red. Once that's done, I pull all that tape off. So I won't necessarily need the hardener in the red, because I don't believe I'll be taping on top of that red. But I think, you know what? That's what it was. She told me to put the hardener in the red. That way, when I pull that tape off, it's got a nice, the paint is hardened and it's not going to lift. So that is why I need to put the hardener in the red, is I spray the white everywhere, tape off all the stuff that as I spray the red over, it creates the red stripes and the red RT. I pull all that and everything's red. But yeah, when I'm pulling the back masked white, when I'm pulling that off, you want the edge to be set up and nice so it doesn't actually pull and lift the red that's cutting in next to the white stripes that are already established. Whew, that was a lot. 1 hour pull tape, denib, and then she said it's a 12-hour window with this Nason stuff, that you've got 12 hours to spray your clear on top of it after you've denibbed without having to go back in and sand everything again. So I'm not sure if I will get, we'll see how the process goes, but I'm not sure. We waited a week. We went back through, I think we used 1,200 or 3,000 and went over and denibbed everything and cleared the next week. This time, I'm going to try to probably do it the next day, denib it, and then come back in with clear over the top and avoid having to sand everything. But still denib and all of that good stuff. So, that's our purchase. That's kind of my plan. Questions, comments, and all that. I'm definitely no expert. You can tell how much I've rambled on and thought through it as I was going. But if you do have questions on how and why we're doing some stuff, or some suggestions, definitely leave some comments. Or you've got me email clarksplace@yahoo.com. Thank you very much for watching.